This is Srikant Tadvarti. You watching Srikant Ideal Chemistry. So in this video, we discussing about previous mains questions given from the equilibrium topic. Here we covered both chemical equilibrium and ionic equilibrium. So this is the first problem. So this problem is given 7th January 2020 shift 1 paper. Two solutions A and B each of 100 ml was made by dissolving 4 grams of NaOH and 9.8 grams of H2SO4 in water respectively. The pH of the resulting solution obtained by mixing 40 liters of solution A and 10 liters of solution B is. So in this we have three steps is there. In the step 1 we need to find normality of NaOH and H2SO4. In the second step we need to find the nature of mixture of NaOH and H2SO4. Then we need to find the pH. So total we have three steps to follow to solve this problem. So in the first step we find the normality of each one. So normality of NaOH. If you take the normality of NaOH, so formula of normality weight. So NaOH is given as 4 grams by equivalent weight. So for NaOH is a monoestic base. For monoestic bases, both molecular weight and equivalent weight are similar. So 4 by 40 into 1 by volume. So 100 liters. Then you get 10 power minus 3 normal. So similarly, if you find the normality of H2SO4, that is equal to 9.8 by 49 into 1 by 100. Here 49 is the equivalent weight of H2SO4. So after simplification, we get 2 into 10 power minus 3 normal. Then, so what they said, both solutions are mixed together. So based on this, we can find normality. It is mixture of acid and base. So we need to find the given solution is acidic or basic solution. So if you take the H2SO4 this side, so H2SO4 and this is NaOH. So for NaOH, for H2SO4 normality is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 3 normal, and volume is equal to 10 liters. They said you need to take the 10 liters of solution B. Here solution B is H2SO4, so we need to take the volume of H2SO4 10 liters. Then NaOH, NB is equal to 10 power minus 3 normal, and VB is equal, here NaOH taken as 40 liters. Okay, then if you find the NaVA, that is equal to 20 into 10 power minus 3, and NBVB is equal to 40 into 10 power minus 3. When compare both things, NBVB is more than NaVA. So then resulting solution have the basic nature. So NB is equal to NBVB minus NaVA by Va plus Vb. So after substitution of values, so 40 into 10 power minus 3 minus 20 into 10 power minus 3 is divided by 40 plus 10. So after simplification, we get here NB is equal to 20 into 10 power minus 3 by 50. This is equal to 4 into 10 power minus 4 normal. So resulting solution is basic solution. So first we need to find the pOH. So pOH is equal minus log of 4 into 10 power minus 4. It is taken as 4 minus log 4. That is equal 4 minus 0.6020. It is equal to 3.3. You will get a 3.3 as a pOH. But they ask me pH. So pH is equal to 14 minus pOH. That is equal 14 minus 3.3. Then we get 10.6 as a pH of the resulting solution. That's all. Okay students, so this is the next problem. So this problem is given 8th January 2020 shift 1 paper. Select the correct stoichiometry and its KSP value according to the given graph. When I observe the given graph, they give the concentration, they draw the graph between a concentration of X versus a concentration of Y. In that the graph based on the graph, they give the concentration of X and concentration of B. So based on these values, we need to check the each and every option. So first I will check the first option, which will be satisfy the given values. That is the right option. So xy. So when xy undergoes dissociation, they can form x plus into plus they can form x plus y minus. For this KSB is equal to concentration of x plus into concentration of y minus. So concentration of x plus is given as 2 into 10 power minus 3 and concentration of y is given as 10 power minus 3. After simplification, we get KSP is equal to 2 into 10 power minus 6. So the given values can satisfy the first option. So first option is the right option. That's all. So okay students, this is next problem. 3 grams of acetic acid is mixed in a 250 ml of 0.1 molar HCl. This mixture is now diluted to 500 ml and 20 ml of this solution is now taken in another container. Half ml of 5 molar NaOH is added to this. Find the pH of this solution. So in this solution we have the three cases, totally 4 cases we have. First we need to find the number of millimoles of acetic acid and HCl. Then again we need to find the number of millimoles of acetic acid and HCl in a 500 ml solution. After we need to find the pH of the given solution. After mixing of acetic acid and HCl to this, when you add the NaOH, we get the buffer solution. So we need to find the pH of the given buffer solution. So first we find the number of millimoles of acetic acid. So number of millimoles of acetic acid is equal to, so formula is 3 by 60 into 1000, that is equal to we get 50 millimoles. At the same time, number of millimoles of HCl is equal to 0.1 into 250 by 1000, that is equal to 25 millimoles. After that we need to find the number of millimoles of acetic acid in 500 ml. So number of millimoles of acetic acid in 500 ml. So in that time, actually in the volume of 500 ml, number of millimoles is 50. So in the 500 ml of solution of in the mixer, the number of millimoles is 50, but they taken 20 ml of this solution need to take in. So in 500 ml we have 50 millimoles, in 20 ml we have, then x is equal 50 by 500 into 20, we get 2 millimoles. So number of millimoles of acetic acid present in 20 ml of the mixer. At the same time, similarly we can find the number of millimoles of HCl in a 20 ml sample, in 20 ml sample. So number of millimoles of HCl in a 20 ml of mixer. So volume and millimoles, when you compare, in 500 ml we have 25 millimoles in 20 ml. Then we get 20 by 500 into 25. So 0 cancel, 25 will be cancelled 2 times, we get 1 millimole. So the number of millimoles of acetic acid in 20 ml sample is 2 millimoles and HCl is 1 millimole. So for this solution, next they add the NaOH, half ml of 5 molar NaOH. So when you find the number of millimoles of NaOH, so now we need to find the number of millimoles of NaOH, then it is equal normality 5 into volume 0.5 by 1000, we get 2.5 millimoles. So when you take the given mixer, we have CH3COOH plus HCl. So in this solution, for this solution we just add the NaOH. So HCl and NaOH are the strong acid and strong base. First they can be mixed together. So HCl plus NaOH, we get NaCl plus H2O. Here number of millimoles of HCl is 1 and NaOH is 2.5. So both are can be reacting together in equimolar. So here HCl is limiting reagent. So 1 mole of HCl completely consumed in the NaOH. In the 2.5 millimoles, 1 millimole can be consumed, remaining is 1.5. So here we get a 1. So 1 millimole of HCl is neutralized by 1 millimole of NaOH. So remaining what we have 1.5 millimole of NaOH. So these 1.5 millimole of NaOH is react with acetic acid and form the buffer. So CH3COOH plus NaOH is gives rise to CH3COONA plus H2O. Here number of millimoles of acetic acid is 2 millimoles and NaOH is 1.5. Here NaOH acting as limiting molar reagent. So then here 0.5 millimole of acetic acid is remaining. So 1.5 millimole of sodium acetate can be consumed. So then pH of the solution, pH is equal to pKa plus log of salt concentration by acid concentration. Now substitute the value. pKa is given as 4.74 plus log of salt concentration is 1.5 and base concentration is 0.5. Then we get 4.74 plus log 3. So log 3 value 4.74 plus 0.4771. So after adding of both things, we get 5.22 pH. So this is the pH of the given solution. That's all. Okay students, this is the next question. So this question is given 8th January 2020 shift to paper. So assertion, pH of water increase on increasing temperature. Actually the pH of water is increase with the decreasing of temperature or decrease with increasing of temperature. I mean if pH is increase, then temperature must be decreased. So pH and temperature both are inversely proportional to each other. So assertion is wrong. When you go for the reason, H2O gives rise to H plus plus OH minus is an exothermic process. Actually it is endothermic process. So both assertion and reason both are wrong statements. So fourth option is the right option. That's all. Okay students, so this is next problem. So this problem is given on 9th January 2020 shift 1 paper. Solubility product of PbCl2 is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 5. On mixing 300 ml of 0.134 molar lead nitrate and 100 ml of 0.4 molar NaCl is. So they give the solubility product of lead chloride and they give the mixture of lead nitrate and NaCl. So when both are when these two solutions are mixed together, the total volume of the solution becomes 400 ml. So first we need to find the concentration of lead ion and concentration of chloride ion in the 400 ml of solution. So based on this number of millimoles of lead nitrate is equal to 300 into 0.134. Okay, then actually the formula for number of moles is equal to molarity into volume, and when you take the millimoles you need to divide with 1000. So 1000 will be cancelled. So when you find the number of millimoles, the formula is molarity into volume, simply molarity into volume in mLs. So then we get 40.2. So this is the number of millimoles of lead nitrate. Next number of millimoles of NaCl in 400 ml of in the given solution. So that is 100 into 0.4, then we get 40. Now we need to find the concentration of lead ions and chloride ions in a 400 in the given mixer, I mean 400 ml. So then concentration of lead ions is equal to 40 point number of millimoles by total volume into is equal to 0.1 molar. At the same time, concentration of chloride ions in the given sample is 40 by 400. You get 0.1 molar. Then KSP of lead chloride PbCl is equal to concentration of lead ions into concentration of chloride ions whole square. So concentration of lead ion, here we get 10 power minus 1, and concentration of chloride ions, here we have 2 chlorides, then it is taken as 2 into 10 power minus 1 whole square, that is equal to, when I expand the bracket, we get 4 into 10 power minus 3. So this is the QSP, sorry, this is the QSP what we're finding. Then when compare the QSP and KSP, the KSP is given as 1.6 into 10 power minus 5. When compare the QSP and KSP, QSP is more than KSP. So the correct relation is first option. So first option is the right option. That's all. Okay, students. So this is next question. So this question is given 9th January 2020 shift 1 paper. Given KSP of chromium hydroxide is 6 into 10 power minus 31. Then determine the concentration of OH minus ion. So here they are asking about the OH minus concentration. So when take the chromium hydroxide, when the chromium hydroxide undergoes dissociation, it can form chromium ion and 3 moles of hydroxide ion. So it is taken as S and it is taken as a 3S. Then formula of KSP is equal to 27 S power 4. This implies S is equal to KSP by 27 whole power 1 by 4. Then S is equal KSP 6 into 10 power minus 31 by 27 whole power 1 by 4. Here concentration of OH minus, so is equal to 3S, that is equal to 3 into 6 into 10 power minus 31 by 27 whole power 1 by 4. If we get the 3 to into the bracket, then you get 81 into 6 into 10 power minus 31 by 27 whole power 1 by 4. That implies after simplification we get 18 into 10 power minus 31 whole power 1 by 4 molar. So first option is the right option. Okay students, this is next question. This question is given 8th April 2019 shift 1 paper. If solubility of zirconium phosphate is denoted by KSP and its molar solubility is denoted by S, then which of the following relation between solubility and solubility product is correct? So first we need to take the dissociation of given salt. The given salt is zirconium phosphate. When it is undergoes dissociation, it can form 3 moles of zirconium ion and 4 moles of phosphate ion. So it is equal to 3S and it is equal to 4S. Then formula of KSP is equal to 3S power 3 into 4S power 4. After simplification we get 6912 S power 7. Then S is equal to KSP by 6912 whole power 1 by 7. So when observed that fourth option is the right option. That's all. So okay students, this is next question. So this question given 10th April 2019 shift 2 paper. So when I observe the given problem, the pH of 0.02 molar NH4Cl ammonium chloride solution will be. Here ionization constant of ammonium hydroxide is given, that is 10 power minus 5, and log 2 value is given 0.3010. When you observe the ammonium chloride, so ammonium chloride is a combination of strong acid and weak base. So for this situation, we need to find the pH of the given solution. We have one formula. pH is equal half into pKw minus pKb minus log C. So here pKb is equal to 14, then pKw is 14, then kb is equal to 10 power minus 5. If you take the pKb, that is equal to 5 minus log of 0.02 molar taken as 2 into 10 power minus 2. Okay, after simplification 14 minus 5 we get a 9 minus of it is log AB. You can write log 2 plus log 10 power minus 2. So it you get after simplification plus 2 minus log 2 value 0.3010. Then you get half into 11 minus 0.3010. You get 10.7 by 2. Then pH is equal to 5.35. So this is the pH of 0.02 molar ammonium chloride solution. That's it. Friends, this is next question. Consider the following statements. The pH of mixture containing 400 ml of 0.1 molar H2SO4 and 400 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH will be approximately 1.3. And second statement, ionic product of water is temperature dependent. And third statement, a monobasic acid with Ka is equal to 10 power minus 5 has a pH is equal to 5. The degree of dissociation of this acid is 50%. And D, the Le Chatelier principle is not applicable to common ion effect. So correct the find the correct statements are. So here 4 statements is given and asking about the correct statements. So we need to check each one by one. So first we check the statement A. So if you see the statement A, the pH of a mixture containing 400 ml of 0.1 molar H2SO4 and 400 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH will be approximately 1.3. So we need to find the pH of given mixture. So if you take the normality of acid is 0.2 normal. So here molarity is given, molarity into basicity. So then we get normality. So volume is given as 400 ml. At the same time, NB, normality of base is given as 0.1 normal and volume of base is equal to 400 ml. Then NaVa is equal to 80 and NbVb is equal to 40. Here NaVa is more than NbVb. Then formula normality of resulting solution is acidic solution. So Na is equal to NaVa minus NbVb by Va plus Vb. That implies 80 minus 40 by 400 plus 400. You get 40 by 800. That implies we get 0.05 normal. Then pH is equal to pH is equal to we get minus log of 5 into 10 power minus 2. So 0.05 written as 5 into 10 power minus 2. Then we get 2 minus log 5. So log 5 value 0.6990. So it is taken as 0.7. You get pH is equal to 1.3. So statement 1 is right. Next statement B. So ionic product of water is temperature dependent. Actually, if temperature is increased, then ionic product of water is increased. Based on this statement, we can say the given statement B is correct. Next statement C. A monobasic acid with Ka is equal to 10 power minus 5 has a pH is equal to 5. The degree of dissociation this acid is 50. So based on this information, first we take the acid Ha is gives rise to it form the H plus ion and A minus ion. So at starting we can take the C into 1 minus alpha. Here it will be C alpha and C alpha at equilibrium. Then ionization constant K is given as C alpha square by 1 minus alpha. So after substitution 10 of Ka, we get 10 power minus 5 is equal to C into 0.5 into 0.5 by 1 minus 0.5. Then we get 10 power minus 5 is equal to C into 0.5 into 0.5 by 0.5. So then we get C is equal to 5 into 10 power minus we get 2 into 10 power minus 5. So based on this C value, we can find the dissociation constant. So then the statement C also correct. So right option and when you check the option D, the Le Chatelier principle is not applicable to common ion effect. So common ion effect, the Le Chatelier principle can be applicable for the common ion effect. So option D is wrong. So right option is first option. Statement A, B, C are the correct statements. That's all. Okay, students. So this is next question. So this question is given 12th April 2019 shift 1 paper. What is the molar solubility of aluminum hydroxide? Is 0.2 in a 0.2 molar NaOH solution. Here solubility product of aluminum hydroxide is given as 2.4 into 10 power minus 24. So here we need to find the solubility of aluminum hydroxide. So I mean S value. So if you take the aluminum hydroxide, AlOH taken 3. When it is undergoes dissociation, it can form aluminum ion and 3 moles of hydroxide ion. So if you take the KSP of this solution, we get a concentration of aluminum ion into concentration of hydroxide ion. So then the KSP of aluminum hydroxide is given as 2.4 into 10 power minus 24, and concentration of aluminum ion is taken as S, and concentration of OH they given 0.2 molar, so you can take 2 into 10 power minus 1 whole cube. Then solubility is equal 24 into 10 power minus 25 by 8 into 10 power minus 3. After simplification, we get 3 into 10 power minus 22. So this is the solubility of aluminum hydroxide in a sodium hydroxide solution. So this is next question. So this question is given in 12th April 2019 shift to paper. So in which of the following equilibria Kp not equal to Kc? I mean delta n is if delta n is not equal to 0, then it is an indication of Kp not equal to Kc. So we need to find delta n not equal to 0. So the relation between first we can find the delta naught value, and before going to delta naught value, so the relation between Kp and Kc, Kp is equal Kc into RT power delta n. So if delta n is not equal to 0, then Kp not equal to Kc. So we need to find the delta not equal to 0. So first equation is given as 2HI is gives rise to H2 plus I2. Here delta n is equal to 1 plus 1 minus of 2, you get 0. So for this reaction, Kp is equal to Kc. When you go for the second reaction, delta n is equal, here also 1 plus 1 minus 2, you get 0. Here also Kp is equal to Kc. So when you go for the third equation, when you go for the equation 3, delta n is equal to 1 plus 1 minus of 1 plus 1. Here also is delta n is equal to 0. Then for this reaction, Kp is equal to Kc. If you check the fourth option, delta n is equal to 2 minus of 1 is equal to 1. Here delta n is not equal to 0, then Kp not equal to Kc. Then relation between Kp and Kc, Kp is equal Kc into RT power 1. So fourth option is the right answer. So this is the next problem. So this problem is given in 12th April 2019 shift to paper. The molar solubility of cadmium hydroxide is 1.84 into 10 power minus 5 molar in water. The expected solubility of cadmium hydroxide in a buffer solution of pH is equal to 12. So here we need to find the solubility of calcium hydroxide in the buffer solution of pH is equal to 12. So first we can take the cadmium hydroxide. So when cadmium hydroxide undergoes dissociation, it can form cadmium ion and hydroxyl ion. It is taken as S and it is taken as 2S. Then KSP is equal to 4S cube, that is equal to 4 into 1.84 into 10 power minus 5. Here solubility is given. So then they are asking solubility in a buffer solution. So solubility in a buffered solution having pH is equal to 12. So then we get OH minus concentration is equal to 10 power minus 2 from pH is equal to 12. So pH is equal to 12, then pOH is equal to 2. So then we get OH minus concentration as 10 power minus 2. So then solubility product of cadmium hydroxide is equal concentration of cadmium ion into concentration of hydroxyl ions. So here KSP, so this is the KSP, you can take 4 into 1.84 into 10 power minus 5 whole cube. So cadmium concentration taken as S, and for OH we can take 10 power minus 2 whole square. Then solubility S is equal to 4 into, so if you open the bracket you get 6.23 into 10 power minus 15 is divided by 10 power minus 4. Then after simplification you get 24.92 into 10 power minus 11. Then solubility is taken as 2.49 into 10 power minus 10 molar. So this is the concentration of a given. Okay students, so this is next question. 20 ml of 0.1 molar H2SO4 solution is added to 30 ml of 0.2 molar ammonium hydroxide solution. Then the pH of the resulting mixture is, here pKb of ammonium hydroxide is given as 4.7. So this problem is given on 9th January 2019 shift 1 paper. So it's a buffer solution. So if you take the combination of H2SO4 plus ammonium hydroxide, you get ammonium sulfate and water. So when you find the number of millimoles of H2SO4, so we get 4 millimoles of H2SO4 based on the given information. Similarly for ammonium hydroxide we get 6 millimoles. So here H2SO4 acting as a limiting reagent. So after consumption here the H2SO4 completely consumed. So here we left 2 millimoles of ammonium hydroxide, and here we get 4 millimoles of ammonium sulfate. So based on this, it is a basic buffer. So then formula POH is equal to pKb plus log of salt concentration by acid concentration. After substitution, pKb is given as 4.7 plus log of salt concentration taken as 4. The weak base concentration, it is base concentration taken as 2. So then you get 4.7 plus 0.3, log 4 by 2, it is log 2, it is taken as 0.3. You get POH is equal to 5. So then pH is equal to 14 minus 5, that is equal to 9. So this is the pH of the given buffer. So this is next question. So this question given in 9th January 2019 shift 2 paper. Consider the following reversible chemical reactions. A2 plus Br2, so A2 plus B2 gives rise to 2AB. For this reaction equilibrium constant K1. 6AB gives rise to 3A2 plus 3B2. For this reaction equilibrium constant is K2. The relation between K1 and K2 is, they are asking. So if you take the equilibrium constant of both reactions, so first I take the first reaction. So what is the first reaction? A2 plus B2 is reversible aroma of 2AB. So for this reaction equilibrium constant is K1 and its term is AB square by concentration of A2 into concentration of B2. Then if you take the second equation, that is 6AB is reversible aroma 3A2 plus 3B2. For this reaction K2 is equal to A2 power 3 into concentration of B2 power 3 by concentration of AB power 6. So to get the second, if you need the relation between K1 and K2, to get the K2 from K1, first we need to reverse the K1, then we need to do the whole cube. Then you get the relation K2 is equal to K1 power minus 3. So this is the relation between K2 and K1. So if you see the following options, second option is the right option. That's all. Hello students, this is next question. So this question is given in 10th January 2019 shift 1 paper. The value of Kp by Kc for the following reactions at 300 kelvins are respectively: N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO, N2O4 gives rise to 2NO2, N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. So they are asking about the Kp by Kc, I mean ratio between Kp and Kc for the given reactions. So we will see one by one. N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO. Okay. So for this reaction, delta N is equal to 0. So when delta N is equal to Kp by Kp is equal Kc into RT power 0 we get. Then Kp by Kc is equal 1. So anything power 0 is equal to 1. So when you go for second equation, N2O4 gas is gives rise to 2NO2. For this reaction, delta N is equal to 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. Then Kp is equal Kc into RT power 1. This implies Kp by Kc is equal to RT. So here they give the RT value, that is 24.62 decimeter cube atmosphere mole inverse. So next third equation, N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3 gas. Here delta N is equal 2 minus 4 is equal minus 2. Then Kp is equal Kc into RT power minus 2. This implies Kp by Kc is equal 1 by RT square. That means 1 by 24.62 whole square. So after simplification, we get Kp by Kc is equal to 1.65 into 10 power minus 3 decimeter power 6 minus 6 atmosphere power minus 2 and mole square. So they are the Kp by Kc ratio of Kp to Kc for the given reactions. When I observe that first reaction 1, second reaction 24.62, third reaction 1.65 into 10 power minus 3. So based on these values, if you observe the options, fourth option is the right option for the given problem. That's it. Friends, so this is next question. This question is given 10th January 2019 shift 2 paper. A mixture of 100 millimoles of calcium hydroxide and 2 grams of sodium sulfate was dissolved in water and the volume was made up to 100 ml. So the mixture of volume is the volume of the mixture is 100 ml. The mass of calcium sulfate formed and concentration of OH minus ions in the resulting solution respectively are. So here they give the molecular weight of calcium hydroxide, sodium sulfate, calcium sulfate are 74, 143 and 136 grams per mole respectively. And solubility product of calcium hydroxide is given as 5.5 into 10 power minus 6. So based on this information, we need to find the mass of calcium sulfate, weight of calcium sulfate and concentration of OH minus ions. Actually, here calcium hydroxide is given in millimoles, and we need to find the millimoles of sodium sulfate in 100 ml of the solution. So millimoles of sodium sulfate is equal to 2 by 142 into 1000. It is equal to 14 millimoles. Okay. So when you take the equation between calcium hydroxide and sodium phosphate, it will be form calcium sulfate and 2 moles of sodium hydroxide. So here given millimoles of calcium hydroxide is 100 and sodium sulfate is 14. So here sodium sulfate acting as a limiting reagent. So after consumption, here 14 ml can be consumed. So here we get the calcium sulfate as 14 millimoles and sodium hydroxide 2 moles is there. We get 28 millimoles. Then weight of calcium sulfate is equal to we have the formula, that is millimoles millimoles into molecular weight, that is equal to 14 into 136. We get 1.9 grams. We will get in milligrams. After conversion, we get 1.9 grams. After OH minus ion then we get the calcium sulfate, and with the asking mass of calcium sulfate and concentration of hydroxyl ion. So when you take the concentration of hydroxyl ion, it is equal to millimoles by volume. So 28 by here millimoles of calcium hydroxide 28 is divided by 100, then we get 0.28 molar. So this is the weight of calcium sulfate and concentration of OH minus ions in the given solution. Yes, friends, this is next question. This question is given in 10th January 2019 shift 2 paper. 5.1 grams of ammonium sulfide ammonium thiohydroxide is introduced in a 3 liters evacuated flask at 327 degrees centigrade. 30% of the solid NH4SH decomposed to ammonia and hydrogen sulfide as gases. The Kp of the reaction at 327 degrees is. So they are asking about the Kp value. So first we need to find the Kc based on the given information, then we will find the Kp. So first we can take the given equation. NH4SH undergoes decomposition. It can form ammonia and hydrogen sulfide gases. Ammonium thiohydroxide is a solid substances. So they said 5.1 grams of substance reactant is taken. So its molecular weight is 51. So 0.1 mole of reactant can be participated in the reaction in 3 liters flask. So at equilibrium, 30% of these solid can be decomposed. So in the 0.1, 30% means 0.1 minus 0.03, that is equal, you get 0.07 moles. So here we get 0.03 mole of ammonia, 0.03 mole of hydrogen sulfide. Then here volume is 3 liters. Okay, if you take the case of the given reaction, concentration of NH3 into concentration of H2S. So if you take the concentration of NH3, 0.03 by 3 into 0.03 by 3, that implies you get 10 power minus 4 after simplification. Okay, 3 will be cancelled for 0.01 times. 0.01 into 0.01, you get 10 power minus 4. This is the value of Kc. Then relation between Kc and Kp. Kp is equal Kc into RT power delta n. Here delta n is equal to 2 minus 0, that is equal to, so Kp is equal to Kc, we get 10 power minus 4 into R value 0.0821 into temperature 300 whole square. Okay, that is equal to, so after simplification we just get the value, that is equal to after simplification of these factor, we get 10 power minus 4 into 2426.55. so after simplification we get 0.243. this is the Kp of the reaction, atmosphere square, here units is. So this is the final value. That's all. Friends, this is next question. This question is given in 11th January 2019 shift 1 paper. Consider the reaction N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. The equilibrium constant of the above reaction is Kp. If pure ammonia is left to dissociates, the partial pressure of ammonia at equilibrium is given by. Here partial pressure of ammonia is very less when compared to the total pressure. So first we take the given reaction. So N2 plus 3H2 is gives rise to 2NH3. So if you see that for this reaction, Kp is equal to partial pressure of NH3 whole square by partial pressure of N2 into partial pressure of H2 whole power 3. Okay, this is taken as 1. Then they ask me about dissociation of ammonia. So if you take the dissociation of ammonia, 2NH3 gas is undergoes dissociation. It can form mixture of ammonia and hydrogen gas. Mixture of ammonia and hydrogen gas. So initially it is taken as A moles. So after dissociation it can at equilibrium we get A minus 2x, and here x we get 3x. So if you take the total pressure, P total is equal to A minus 2x plus x plus 3x. Based on the given information, partial pressure of ammonia is very less when compared to the total pressure. So we just neglect the A minus 2x. So then we get total pressure is equal to 4x. Okay. Then we just take the equilibrium Kp term for the these equation. Then we get a Kp term, Kp, that is taken as Kp dash. So we get partial pressure of N2 into partial pressure of H2 whole cube by partial pressure of ammonia whole square. So equation 2, it is taken as equation 2. Okay, now compare the equation 1 and equation 2. Compare equation 1 and 2. We get Kp dash is equal 1 by Kp. So if you take that term of Kp dash, so it will be reciprocal, and then we get PH2 whole cube into PN2 by PNH3 whole square. So resulting, we need to get the partial pressure of ammonia. Get this to the side, PNH3 whole square is equal to Kp into, here PH2 is getting 3x. So 3x whole cube, and PNT is given as a x. So after simplification we get Kp into 4x power 4. Sorry, 27 into x power 4. Okay. Now get the square to that side. So PNH3 is equal to square root of Kp into 27 into x power 4. Okay. So then, so if you see this here, P total is equal to 4x. Based on this, we take the x is equal to P total by 4. So substitute this value in place of x. Then we get PNH3 is equal to K, split the each and every term, KSB whole power 1 by 2 into 27 is written as 3 cube whole power 1 by 2 into x place. We need to substitute P by 4 whole power 4 and whole power 1 by 2. Then it will be cancelled 2 times. So after simplification, we get Kp power 1 by 2, 3 power 3 by 2, and so if you split this, we get here P by 4 whole square. If you split this, we get P square by 16. So this is the partial pressure of ammonia at a given condition. So you get the second option is the right option. That's all. Okay, students, this is next question. So this question is given on 12th January 2019 shift to paper. If solubility product of silver carbonate is 8 into 10 power minus 12, then molar solubility of silver carbonate in 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution is. So if you take the given reaction, Ag2CO3 is reversible aroma 2Ag plus CO3 minus 2. So this is, it is okay. So then based on this, solubility product of Ag2CO3 is Ag plus whole square into CO3 minus 2. Here they are asking about the solubility of silver carbonate in a silver nitrate solution 0.1 molar silver nitrate solution. So here we take the concentration of Ag plus as 0.1 molar and KSP is given as 8 into 10 power minus 12 and concentration of carbonate ion is taken as S. So then we get 8 into 10 power minus 12 is equal to 0.1 whole square into S. Then S is equal to 8 into 10 power minus 12 by 10 power minus 2, that is equal 8 into 10 power minus 10 molar. So this is the solubility of a given question. That's all. Okay, students, this is next question. This question is given in a offline 2018 paper. An aqueous solution contains 0.1 molar hydrogen sulfide and 0.2 molar HCl. If the equilibrium constant for the formation of hydrogen sulfide ion from hydrogen sulfide is 1.0 into 10 power minus 7 and that of sulfide ion from hydrogen sulfide ions is 1.2 into 10 power minus 13, then the concentration of sulfide ions in aqueous solution is. So here they are asking about dissociation constant of HDS in 2 steps. For 2 steps they give the equilibrium constant and they give the concentration of hydrogen sulfide and HCl, but they are asking about the concentration of sulfide ions. So if you see this problem, first we take the given information. So H2S, concentration of HDS is given as 0.1 molar and concentration of HCl is given as 0.2 molar. Based on this, we can take the concentration of H plus ion as 0.2 molar. After that, they give dissociation of H2S. In that time, we get hydrogen sulfide ion and H plus ion. For this reaction, equilibrium constant, I just take the K1, that is given as 1.0 in 10 power minus 7. At the same time, dissociation of hydrogen sulfide ion is sulfide ion plus H plus ion. For this, K2 is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 13. This is K2. So, but they are asking about the concentration of sulfide ion. So, to get the concentration of sulfide ion, we need the H plus concentration and HS minus concentration. But we have only H plus concentration. By combination of these two equations, we get HDS is gives rise to sulfide ion plus 2H plus ion. Here for this equilibrium constant taken as K3. So these equations we get from about two equations. Then K3 is equal to K1 into K2. That implies K3 is equal to 1.0 into 10 power minus into 1.2 into 10 power minus 13, resulting we get 1.2 into 10 power minus 20. Then for this, if you take the equilibrium term, constant Kc, that is equal to concentration of sulfide ion into concentration of H plus ion whole square by concentration of H2S ion. It implies concentration of sulfide ion is equal to K3 into concentration of H2S is divided by concentration of H plus whole square. Then concentration of sulfide ion is equal to K3 value 1.2 into 10 power minus 20 into H2S ion 10 power minus 1 by H plus 10 power 0.2 whole square. Then that is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 20 into, so 10 power minus 1 by, it is written as 2 into 4 into 10 power minus 2. So the above factor we just create 12 into 10 power minus 22 by 4 into 10 power minus 2. So 4 will be cancelled for 3 times. If we goes 10 power minus 2 to the numerator, we get 10 power minus 20. So then concentration of sulfide ion is equal 3 into 10 power minus 20. So this is the concentration of sulfide ion in the given aqueous solution. Okay students, if you like my concept, please subscribe to my channel. Please like and share my videos. Thank you.